Have you ever felt like you're juggling um, just a dozen different apps,
Yeah.
maybe more, just to get one project done? I know I certainly have. One for docs, another for tasks, maybe a different one for brainstorming, and then, yeah, probably another just to talk to people. It's this complex web, right? And navigating it, well, it can feel like a full-time job itself sometimes. Well, today on the deep dive, we're plunging into a potential solution, the multimodal editing tool. We're pulling insights from a really interesting competitive analysis document and a detailed overview of a specific tool called Context Map.
What's truly striking is just how fragmented this ecosystem has become. The average enterprise apparently uses over 110 SaaS applications. Think about that, 110. Workers are switching between those tools, get this, 1,100 times per day. This isn't just annoying. Let's start with a big one, Notion. Hugely popular, right? Great all-in-one workspace feel for databases, docs, wikis, but it really struggles with performance when things get big. Yeah. But I think the deeper insight here is that it forces this one view at a time mental model. You can't truly see different perspectives on the same data simultaneously without opening, separate tabs or windows, which means you're constantly context switching mentally, even inside Notion itself.
What about Airtable?
Database first. Very powerful relational capabilities, lots of field types. You can build custom app-like things. But it's not great as a pure document editor. And again, like Notion, even though it offers different views, grid, Kanban, calendar, you can't see them side by side easily, still forcing that mental context switch.
That covers the core work management tools. What about the visual side, like Miro, Mural? Are they helping or just another silo?
Good question. Miro definitely leads that visual collaboration space. That infinite canvas is brilliant for brainstorming, initial planning, ideation. But the struggle comes when you need to transition from that free-form planning into structured execution. Mural, FigJam, Whimsical, they tend to have similar issues. Things like poor handling of structured data. So the fundamental problem remains. Visual planning often lives in its own separate silo. You brainstorm here, then you have to manually copy-paste or re-enter that plan over there for execution.
After hearing all that, it does feel a bit bleak. It's like we're just patching things together. But this multimodal editing tool, how does it actually propose to tackle this fragmentation?
This new approach, it aims to combine the database power from Airtable with the flexibility of Notion and the visual collaboration of Miro, but then it adds this layer of truly intelligent AI-powered automation on top. And it tackles fragmentation head-on through three core capabilities that sound pretty revolutionary, honestly.
Okay, I'm intrigued. First one, true multi-view canvas.
So imagine this. You can see and interact with the exact same underlying data across multiple different views, all at the same time on one screen, one canvas. So that product team planning a release, they could have, say, a timeline for schedule and dependencies, a Kanban for current tasks, an impact effort matrix for prioritization, a mind map for future relationships, all four views live on the same canvas. And you can drag and drop between them. Move a task from low priority in the matrix directly to in progress on the Kanban board, and everything updates instantly.
That sounds incredibly powerful, just being able to see those connections and interact that way. Okay, what's the second capability? The one that makes this structure possible?
It's described as an intelligent beta model with inheritance. This essentially brings true object-oriented principles, concepts from software development into work management.
Okay, break that down. Object-oriented.
Think of it like this. You define an object, say, employee. Then you define a manager. The manager object automatically inherits all the properties of employee, like name, department, start date, but adds manager-specific ones, like direct reports. Or a feature could inherit from a basic task object, but add product-specific attributes like target persona or release version.
Oh, okay, so you avoid redefining common fields over and over?
Precisely. It eliminates that redundant data entry, which is a huge pain point in current tools. Your data essentially becomes smart about its own structure and relationships.
That makes sense. Building intelligence into the data itself.
Yeah.
And the third piece, the AI component. We hear AI everywhere now. How is this AI genuinely different?
This isn't just a generic writing assistant. This is described as AI autocomplete that actually works. And the key is that it understands your specific data model and the relationships within it.
Ah, so it knows about that inheritance structure you just mentioned.
Exactly. It's context aware. It doesn't just generate generic text. It predicts and helps you create complete records based on your established patterns, your data, your workflow.
Okay, can you give some practical examples? How would this context-aware AI actually help someone day to day?
Absolutely. Let's say you're creating a new sprint task. Because the AI understands your team structure, skills, and maybe even current workload, it can suggest the most appropriate team members to assign it to.
Okay, that's useful.
It could recommend priority levels based on related project deadlines or strategic goals. It could auto-populate related records, like linking the task back to the parent feature or user story automatically. It might even predict effort estimates, say story points, based on analyzing similar tasks your team has completed in the past.
So it's acting more like an intelligent assistant that understands your specific work context. This all sounds incredibly promising in theory. How does this actually translate to workflow improvements?
Yeah, the time and effort savings are dramatic. Let's take a cross-functional product launch, a common, often messy process. Using the current approach, maybe Notion for the brief, Miro for brainstorming, Jira for tasks, what does that look like? Creating the product brief in Notion might take 10 minutes. Exporting key points or ideas to Miro, another 5 minutes. Then the tedious part, manually transferring action items, tasks, decisions from Miro into Jira. That could easily be 20 minutes.
Yeah, in there.
Then updating both Notion and Jira as things change, maybe another 10 minutes just for basic sync. And you're left maintaining 3 separate sources of truth. The total setup time here, according to the source's estimate, is around 45 minutes, plus that constant, painful overhead of keeping everything manually synchronized.
Okay, now the multimodal ways.
Right, with the multimodal tool. Create the product brief using an inherited product template, maybe 3 minutes because the structure's there. Then you just drag that brief onto the canvas and it can auto-generate the initial timeline view and task list instantly.
Wow.
Teams then collaborate directly on that multi-view canvas. No manual transfer needed between brainstorming and task management. And if you still need to connect to Jira for some reason, tasks can auto-sync via a real-time integration. Total setup, maybe 3 minutes, with 0 ongoing manual synchronization effort.
45 minutes plus ongoing sync versus 3 minutes with no sync. That's a massive difference, not just in time, but mental energy.
Huge difference. It removes so much friction.
So what does this mean for you listening right now? If you felt that frustration, that constant context switching, well, the possibility of a unified, intelligent work management experience seems much clearer now.
Really makes you wonder, doesn't it? How much hidden inefficiency, how much sort of cognitive drag are we still overlooking in our own daily workflows? Simply because we've gotten so used to the way things are,
Yeah.
the status quo, how much better could it be?
That is a powerful thought to leave everyone with.
Yeah.
How much are we just accepting that could be better? Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the future of unified work management.